I'm here with former NBA athlete, community leader, advisor, player developer, entrepreneur, philanthropist, and college graduate Bobby Simmons. How are you doing today?
I'm good, right? How's it going?
Man, it's amazing. I saw you play, like watch and grow up, like to see somebody like that I saw in the city, who's considered one of the nicest point guards. It's an honor to have you here. I remember going to those games when you were playing for Simeon, and like, what were the key lessons from your NBA career that you emphasize the most when mentoring young athletes today?
Well, I think overall is basically meeting the kid or the player where they are and giving them the best advice as possible. A lot of times it's more so of what they're not doing, what they need to change. Um, just variation of things from my experiences that I've used and that has guided me throughout my journey. Um, Play the hand you dealt. Be ready for any opportunity when it presents itself. And there's a multitude of others that I can really share, but we'll be talking about this all day.
How has the game of basketball evolved since your time playing, and how do you adapt your player development advice to today's style?
Well, the game has adapted, oh man, tremendously. It's a lot faster paced. There's more three pointers being shot than ever.
For sure.
um, I think it's more of big guys getting the opportunity to handle the ball. It's a variation of things. Like it's not really a center. It's more of a point forward type deal with most of the offense that they run now. And ah, it's just a multitude of things. Guys are shooting the ball from 48 and 50 feet out. And that was unusual when you had to run offense. And like you said, just playing through three different generations of basketball, all that has transitioned to an unbelievable game.
Most definitely. Can you share a breakthrough moment when you realized your true potential on the court?
My breakthrough was when I had an opportunity at training camp playing for the Clippers. And uh, I had an opportunity. A guy was injured, and he was supposed to be a starter, and he wasn't able to play and start the season. So I moved into the starting small forward slot, and I had a breakout game, 35 points, the first game of the season.
Wow, that's incredible. What are the most critical skills or mindsets that young players often overlook in their development?
I would think confidence sometimes, depending on the coaches or depending on the situation that they may or may be in with their team. Um, Sometimes coaches don't use guys to their strengths. And I think a lot of times, just being confident in yourself and being a person that's willing to persevere through any obstacle is a lot of times that separates those different guys who actually make it to the NBA and who doesn't. Because it's never going to be a perfect process, but it is always going to be business of basketball.
How do you approach guiding athletes in their transition from sports to life after basketball?
Well, I think my main thing is that, and I did it myself. One, prepare because you never know when the ball is going to stop bouncing. Don't wait till the last minute. Figure out what you're interested in. Try to educate yourself on things that you're interested in, and and just use your resources. Because they are professionals in various fields that you want to go into. So why not have a mentor or have someone who can you can shadow to understand exactly before you're done playing to actually know if there's something that you really want to get into.
Growing up in Chicago's Altgeld Gardens, and there's a number of former athletes like that grew up there, from Terry Cummings. How did your community shape your values and leadership style?
I I think it was a multitude of things. One, the community, like you said, family, friends. As I said before, building confidence, competing, um, having great coaches. Most definitely, I would say that a million times over, who actually poured into the kids who wanted to listen, the ones that wanted to get better, didn't let us take days off, and just being resilient about the game. And now, if we take it serious, then we're going to just make sure we do everything we can to be the best.
What motivates you most about your work, mentoring nearly 450 mentees and serving as a career development counselor for the MBPA?
It's the work. It's the work because now you got to think of 450 guys that come from different walks of life. And with that being said, some don't speak good English, some do. It's a multitude of things. Some were raised in single households with one parent. Um, some are probably not the smartest kid in their class. So it's a host of things that you can look at and pinpoint. But I think every individual is their own person, and when you look at that, I mean, you have to treat everyone accordingly.
That's incredible. Yeah, I feel like individuality is so important because I feel like there's a lot of systems that kind of like treat us like robots, but you got to look at the individual situation and like play to people's strengths. How do you balance being an entrepreneur, community leader, and player development advisor?
And a father.
Yeah, most those most important job for sure.
Well, I think I pray to the man upstairs to give me strength every day, and it's just a passion of mine. And I think that's mainly what motivates me every day. It's a passion because now, just think about if we don't share information, um, how will we move forward? Because like you said, there's guys that came before me, and there's going to be always guys that come after me. And I just try to pour information as much as I can into these guys, just to make sure they on the straight and narrow.
Most definitely, man. You have a great mindset. Can you share a success story of someone you've mentored that particularly inspires you?
Ooh. Mm. Well, I would say one of the kids I mentored, Taylor Horton Tucker. Kid went to Simeon as well, played with my son. Um, Drafted. He played on for the Lakers. He played for the Bulls. He played in Utah, and he's one of the guys that's humble, well grounded. He has a strong family core, and just trying to navigate experiences throughout life. So these guys are young. These guys are still in their 20s. So when you make different pivots in your life, then sometimes you're looking for answers. If you don't have that male figure in your life, or you don't have the big brother, he's the only child, so you don't have the big brother. And so, like those type of guys, those success stories are mainly the reason why I love actually being close to these guys because it gives them some opportunity to just let their head out.
Man, that's incredible. I didn't know that you mentor him, but I'm very familiar with him, from playing at Iowa State and, incredible athlete, 6'4", has that 7 foot one
First
wingspan.
wingspan,
You know, what advice do you have for athletes who want to use their platform for positive community impact?
I would say most definitely use your platform because now with the NIL space, one, if you're a college student or if you're a high school student or even a grade school student, your impact in your community is going to mean a lot. And one, that's your brand. And that brand lives on while you're playing, when you're done playing. So building a base is most definitely the most important thing right now because social media is so big and guys are getting hundreds of $1 million deals by just being active or being an activist or being a community figure who's pouring into the community. And not only that, just think about all the businesses that's looking for someone to work with or partner with. And that's very helpful when you have that platform and people want to listen to you.
Most definitely. And you know a lot about business. You're an entrepreneur. How did you decide to open Society 2201? and the Success Sneaker Boutique? And how do those ventures connect to your vision for community empowerment?
Well, I think being from Chicago, um, one being a professional athlete, or possibly could have been just a college graduate. Coming back home, going to school, being visual, giving the kids in the community an opportunity to actually see someone who has made it, as they consider made it, and as a businessman, um, there's no half stepping. But I think it's overall the fact that you're boots to the ground and people can physically touch you, and you know what I mean, and talk to you and things like that, and just show that other than just playing basketball, you can be successful off the court as well.
Yeah, that's incredible. I like, definitely, man. I just love your mindset. And like, I look at you definitely as somebody who made it from the city. What personal principles or habits have helped you succeed both on and off the court?
He said that proper preparation and practice prevent poor performance. Five P's. And with that, our coaches said that all the time. And if you're not prepared, then you're gonna get lost. So therefore, you just try to stay on your P's and Q's and make sure you're ready for anything that comes in front of you.
Most definitely. How do you stay motivated to continue pushing for excellence after achieving so much in your basketball career?
Well, I think it's the nature of being an athlete. Like we're going to be competitors. We want to be the best in everything that we do, and most definitely, you want it to be successful. So, like you said, you just want to scale your business. You might want to grow, partner with other businesses, things like that. So, business is handled around us all the time. And there's millions and millions of people with a whole lot of money that don't work twice as hard. So, like those various things are very interesting to me. And I try to figure out as much as possible to see exactly what the next steps will look like for myself.
For sure. What legacy do you want to leave beyond your athletic achievements?
That's a great question. Well, man, well, right. I'll say this: I haven't reached my pinnacle yet, and to say legacy, I just want to leave the name and whatever is what people will say about you when you're not here
For sure.
is the main key component. And I think I've poured into the city a long time to say like, well, he was a stand-up guy. He was humble. He was a visionary. He was a creator. He was it's a, it's a laundry list of things I can keep saying. And that's why we named it Success with No Z's, because we don't sleep. We're constantly working.
Most definitely, man. I really appreciate you, Bobby, for taking the time. I'd love to have you back. Man, shout out to Lloyd Walton for connecting me with you. And
He gonna say Dr. Lloyd Walton.
Dr. Lloyd Walton for sure. Definitely. Yeah, man. I love to have you back anytime. And if you know any other former professional athletes, plug me in. And I love to interview
Okay.
them. And anybody who's just like coming up as an athlete, whoever like doing work in the community, just let me know.
No problem. I got you.
Thank you.
All
You have a
right.
good
Thank you.
day.